Welcome everybody, standard action now from Euro week 4 between Felix, who's the recorder, and so we see his hand against John Kirtley at the top. Felix looks to be on Rakdos. I don't know what they call this, Rakdos midrange or Rakdos aggro. It's been putting up some pretty good results recently. John, we saw, I think about a week or two back, he plays this kind of mono black build. Here's a kite sail freebooter for Felix. It's going to be met for cast down, but we're still going to get to have a look at John's hand. You can see Murder, Eldest Reborn. So he's got the Doom Whisperer at the top of his curve there. Eldest Reborn is, I think it's a great card, but I don't think it's particularly good in the current standard meta because there's a lot of weenie aggro decks running around, so you don't want to be getting back some crappy little 1-1 or 2-2 when there's another 5 of them sitting on the battlefield. So I think it's going to kind of see a bit of a drop in play. Rick's Marty Reveler, I think this card's called. You discard a card, draw a card when it enters. Or if you cast it for 4 for its spectacle cost, you can discard your hand and draw 3 cards. So it's a pretty good one. Rick's Marty's going to get in here. We know about the Murder, and this is a pretty aggressive use of Ravenous Chupacabra here. Particularly as you can see, there's no answer at the moment for Doom Whisperer, but having said that, you can see John has missed 2 land drops now, so this is looking pretty bad. Carnival is what he's going to take. But that Kite Sail Freebooter can't stop either of Felix's creatures here. So John desperately needs to find something else. Here's a Bedevil. We know that John's got Murder. You can see Felix has kept the hand up the top of his screen, so he can either Kite Sail Freebooter. He can either Murder or Plaguecrafter to get rid of one of these threats. I mean, they're only 2/2s, but it seems a bit of a waste. But I think he's in that sort of position. So here we're going to see a Spectacle, I believe. Yeah, Felix is going to Spectacle this Reveler. Consequently, I picked up this Reveler, that's this guy here, at the Ravnica launch weekend. So this is the guy that Felix is playing with at the moment. It's like a print that they give out to the top 5, I think, because there's 5 guilds, so 1 for each. I got no idea what I'm going to do with it. I can't hang things on my walls. But this match is gone. We're about to his Angrath now. We're about to go to game 2 because John missed his 3rd land drop about 5 times in a row. Legion Warboss is a beast. Duress for the Duress, is it? Yes. John on the play this time. He did mull down to 6 cards again, so not the ideal hand for him again. You can see Felix has got that Direfleet Daredevil there, so if he wants to, he could wait a turn and get the Duress with that. The Duress obviously being in John's, you can't get cards out your own graveyard with that card, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Carnivals gives +3/-3, so it can be a creature removal right here. I think he's going to Duress to clear the way here for Legion Warboss, because once the Warboss gets going, if there's no answer to the Warboss, it's pretty much game over very quickly. One thing, I've been looking at this Rakdos list a little bit, and I'm quite interested because it doesn't obviously in Rakdos colors you have no answers to enchantments, so I'm curious to know how it goes against the gate decks. So here's the Warboss. You can see there's nothing in 2 Doom Whisperers, a Twilight Prophet, and a Duress in hand. Warboss going to take over now. So the Twilight Prophet's going to come down. But John doesn't have the City's Blessing, so it's not going to work at this stage. I mean, it's not going to work other than being a blocker. I believe he knows about that Carnival in hand for Felix, so... Well, here we go. Felix is going to use a second ability. I forget what it's called, but it destroys a land and makes the opponent discard 2 cards. So he discarded a Twilight Prophet and a Doom Whisperer. He's got 4 lands. He needs one more for the Doom Whisperer. I think if he can... You can see Felix with 2 lands in hand. So if John can find the Doom Whisperer here, the 5th land, I think he's off to the races, because Doom Whisperer will be able to correct his draw with Surveilling too. But here's a Rekindling Phoenix. The Warboss not looking as impressive as it could be at the moment. There's a 5th land, so here comes the Doom Whisperer. Felix with no answer at the moment. He's going to have to top deck something. Interestingly enough, he's going to get the City's Blessing next turn as well, so he's going to be able to draw an extra card. See what he can find. It's a Niv, whatever he's called, so he is going to be able to, he'll Spectacle this, I believe. So he's going to swing in here. The only problem with the Spectacle, he has to actually do the damage to the player, so I'm surprised that John let him block. Because to get the Spectacle cost... So Niv Marty now are going to discard his hand, obviously there's no cards in hand, and then... draw 2. Draw 3, I believe it is. Felix doesn't go for that line this time. So John, interestingly here, by the way, Doom Whisperer's got trample, so it can trample over that Phoenix. John kept both cards on top, so it'd be interesting to see what he finds, because Vraska's Contempt is the card, obviously he has access to in black. Four, 5, 6. Oh, Felix is 1 point short of lethal here, but he's going to be able to push lethal next turn, so wait, 6, 7, no, actually he does have lethal without that removal spell. Where's the yeah, I think this will probably bring out the Carnival. No, it doesn't. He lets the Warboss die, so he's gone for the Spectacle this time, and now he's going to draw the cards with the Niv Marty. So this is the trigger, loads up with three Planeswalkers, 2 Angrath and a Khan. With the opponent at 4, Angrath's plus will do 2 damage. 1, 2, 3. So actually, if John swings here, he's just dead. You can see with 14, you can certainly see why it would be, he wisely decides not to, but you could see why he would be tempted, because he could make it a 2-turn clock. Here's Angrath. So Angrath's going to make it, oh, he's going to steal something instead. What's he going to steal? The Doom Whisperer. Okay, nice play. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, this is not, oh, is this lethal? Yeah, this is lethal. So Felix is going to take down Standard 2 games to 0. Off a nice play there from the Angrath.